Well, it's 5:30 a.m. I just woke up, and this is where I know I'm living the dream because I just commute from my bedroom to my couch, and that's it. So I just put on my robe, I grab my cozy blanket, I sit down with my laptop, and I get to work for a little bit before the kids wake up. It's super quiet around here. Nobody's awake. My husband's gone to work before I even wake up. So this working at this time allows me to get some things done so that I can work a little bit less when the kids are awake, so they don't have to see my face buried in my laptop so much. So I really enjoy this time in the morning. It's really peaceful, it's really cozy, and it's prime time, so I better get to it. Now it's 7:30 a.m. and my work session this morning didn't go quite like I expected. My daughter woke up at 5:45 and wanted to hang out with me on the couch, so I had a little visitor snoozing on me while I was working. But now it's 7:30 and I'm in full-on mom mode. So I'm cooking breakfast for my son. He likes an egg sandwich every morning, so I'm toasting the muffin. I cook all of the eggs and stuff on Mondays, so I don't have to turn on the stove the rest of the week in the mornings. And then got my coffee, of course, put myself together a little bit, which I will freely admit does not happen every day. And my son's friend comes over, I watch him in the mornings, and he'll be here any minute. So it's time to just log off and do what I do. All right, it's about 9 a.m. and we got Conlon and his buddy off to school, and now Britta and I are home together. And quite honestly, this is one of the most challenging time periods of my day because as a work-at-home mom, I feel like there's no delineation between my work life and my home life, and I have things I need to do for work that I want to do, but I also don't want to ignore Brenna while she's home. There's also things that I need to get done around the house, different chores, and I feel guilty because I am at home and I'm not getting those things done. So this time period, you know, we kind of mix it up and I'm jumping between roles. So sometimes I work, sometimes I do housework, sometimes I go to the gym, sometimes we do something special, but quite honestly, most of the time I do spend the time working, and she kind of fends for herself. What do you do a lot of the time when mom's working?
Screen time?
Yeah, she gets to do screen time for a little bit when I'm working, so she's pretty excited about that. So anyway, we'll figure out how to manage the morning, and then I will check back with you after lunch. Well, it's about 12:30 in the afternoon, and I just got back from dropping my daughter off at preschool. She doesn't have preschool every day, but when she does, I really appreciate these afternoons because I have 2 hours where I can just work and I don't have to feel guilty about not paying attention to her or trying to, you know, balance between taking care of her, working, and taking care of the house. So this is prime work time for me, but while I'm sitting here at my desk working, other things are calling to me, like this mess here from earlier today. If you look down the hallway, you can see laundry that I started earlier today that I still need to get to. I know that in the kitchen, the dishwasher, I heard it finish, so that needs to be unloaded. And it is hard sometimes to sit here and focus on work when I have other things that are really in my face and saying this needs attention and you need to do this. So I have a lot of guilt that I'm not taking care of that, but it's about balance. And so right now, this is my free time without children, so it's dedicated to work. All right, now it's about 3 o'clock and we just pulled back into the garage after picking up Brenna from preschool. And at this point, we're gonna do a little housework. We're gonna pick up, by the time my husband comes home, I always try to make it a little less disastrous than it tends to be by this time of the day. So that's what we'll be doing for the next hour or two. All right, it's 5 p.m. and welcome to my very favorite hour of the day. So this is when I do my dinner prep and cooking, and you know, I'm busy all day, and this is the 1 hour that I take for myself, and I love it. And so my kids know to make themselves scarce, so usually the neighbor kids are over here playing, or they're over at the neighbors playing, or they're just finding something to do because this is mama's time. And so between the hours of 5 and 6, I'm cooking. I also have a little Rachel Ray on for my guilty pleasure, so I can watch that while I'm cooking. And I've got my laptop with my recipe, and here we go. So bon appetit. All right, it's about 9:30 p.m. and my day is basically done. So after dinner, we cleaned up, and then we just kind of hung out as a family until the kids went to bed, and then I did a little bit of work after they went to bed. And
now it's time for me to go to bed because I get up early and morning comes quickly. So all told, I worked about, I'd say 5 hours today, which is pretty good. And I know it's less than a full-time work day, but it's broken up throughout the day. So one of my challenges as a work-at-home mom is that I really feel like I've been working all day, just because emotionally I'm never really able to check out because it's always there. So I work for a little bit and then I switch roles and do stuff around the house, but I always know that it's still waiting for me. And so then I go back to that later. So even though I didn't really work a full 8-hour day, it really feels like I've worked quite a bit today. So that's one of my biggest challenges as a work-at-home mom, is just trying to balance those roles. But that's not unique to me. I know that's the same challenge with every mom, whether you work full-time outside the home, whether you stay home full-time with your kids, you're always trying to balance all the things that you have to do all the time. So I'm going to head to bed. So I hope you enjoyed just this peek inside what it's like in our house for a day and kind of how I occupy my time and what life looks like around here. We'd love to hear more about how you spend your time. So share with us what a typical day looks like for you.